I'm not sure what this goes to, but I took it out. We're gonna keep it. We'll see if we need it down the road. Maybe one of you guys in the comments who knows a little bit more about this chassis could tell me what this might plug into. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the cruise control module. It's not something I plan on using, so I'm gonna take it out. Finally got this cable undone. It's got a locking nut, and then it's got this plastic pinch here on the inside. Just took that off. This is fully disconnected now. I'm not super excited how that ground looks right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and redo it. So I'm just taking some sandpaper and going through all the ground points here, cleaning up the surface where they make contact. It's looking pretty good. So I've decided to keep the original mounting bracket here for this ground. I think this looks okay here. Eventually maybe I'll heat shrink it, but right now I'm just gonna reinstall it. So I'm just kind of layman's wrapping with electrical cord these ground cables here, trying to make them look halfway decent. Did some sanding, and now I'm gonna reinstall them. So I really wanted to ground this here so that I could put all this back and make it look nicer. You know, eventually I'll take it apart and clean it all up, but I want to make sure it's functional right now. So I flattened this bracket out. It had a bunch of bends in it. It's not perfect. Eventually I'll replace it, but for now, I flattened it out so that I could mount everything right here, and that's what I'm gonna do. So as I'm installing this ground here, I noticed that the hole that the screw goes into is probably stripped, or the screw doesn't grip it right. Yeah, it's definitely stripped in there. So we're gonna move this ground. I'm gonna keep this bolt, but we're gonna move the ground. So what I'm gonna do is remove this mounting bracket for what used to be a hose that runs right here for the cruise control that I'm no longer going to use, and I'm going to mount the ground there.
Specifically in this image, you can see that I mounted the ground to the engine hoist point. When I originally removed the ground earlier today, that's where it was located. However, I am aware that it does belong on that valve cover nut right there. And I will fix that tomorrow.
Since we're also doing no AC in this car, I'm going to go ahead and remove the AC condenser here on the front of the car. It's not a complicated task, so I'm just going to knock it out. This belongs in the trash. So now I'm working on taking out some of these ugly AC lines. I'm not going to entirely remove the AC condenser today because I don't have the belt for it. But I will get the belt and I will remove the AC condenser entirely in the future. Step 1. Got the first air conditioning line out, so I'm just gonna pull it out now. Voila.